to Robert Costa and how an Ivy League university president is handling the challenges facing the nation's academic institutions.
How tough has it been to be a university leader in these turbulent times?
It's a hard time to be a university president, but even in the best of times, you're dealing with such a wide set of constituencies, right? Trustees, alumni, students.
Sometimes the President of the United States.
Sometimes the President of the United States.
Princeton President Christopher Eisgruber found his university under pressure from President Trump this past spring. Along with other schools, Princeton's federal support was frozen, more than $200 million in grants.
These were grants in fields like quantum science or artificial intelligence that are high on our list of priorities and that are also high on the list of priorities for the Trump administration. So we were surprised to see those grants suspended.
But for many in Trump's circle, it was anything but a surprise. The latest chapter in the president's shakeup of higher education. Though Trump graduated from the University of Pennsylvania, the Ivy League has been one of his biggest targets.
Billions of dollars has been paid to Harvard. How ridiculous is that?
You know, Columbia has been really, they were very, very bad what they've done. Very anti-Semitic.
And in the wake of campus protests, the Trump administration has put an emphasis on addressing charges of anti-Semitism. In recent weeks, the administration has ramped up its efforts, offering universities a so-called compact. In exchange for preferential treatment on funding, universities would have to align with the White House's priorities, from how it defines gender to protecting conservative speech. May Mailman has been a key player inside the Trump White House.
The federal government has to make difficult decisions, and universities should only get funding if there's going to be a benefit for Americans on the other side of it.
So far, only one university has agreed to sign the compact. Many have rejected it, and others are reviewing the terms. Princeton is not signing the compact, and Eisgruber, an expert on constitutional law, calls the proposal dangerous. In his new book, Terms of Respect, Eisgruber defends higher education on free speech and gives universities a roadmap. You write in your book about a genuine civic crisis. Is that crisis on campuses or in society?
It's on campuses because it's in society. So we've got an American crisis in the United States where we are having trouble talking to one another across political differences. Campuses are part of that society, and they're a place where civil discussions and discussions across difference are especially important.
Princeton has had its own standoffs over speech. In 2015, students held a sit-in Eisgruber's office, calling for the renaming of the university's School of International Relations, citing racist comments by former President Woodrow Wilson. And personnel disputes have led to sharp criticism from some conservatives. Eisgruber acknowledges there is work to be done, but says universities need to be careful.
We shouldn't make the mistake of thinking that what we're doing is looking to mirror political views on a college campus. It's not our job to just be making the same arguments that are being made out in society. So there might be a lot of division about, say, vaccines within our society, and a scholarly consensus that is inconsistent with those divisions that says vaccines have been safe and vaccines have been effective. There's not some obligation on the part of universities to reflect the political argument.
Making things even more complicated is the specter of political violence.
When you learned that conservative activist Charlie Kirk was gunned down on a college campus in Utah, what went through your mind?
I was so deeply saddened. First of all, I was saddened for Charlie Kirk's family. I was saddened for our country and our Constitution, because whatever else is true and whatever political views one may have, we have got to be a country where people can have discussions without the threat of assassination and political violence. So I worried about our future because as these events occur, I fear they deepen our crisis.
What do you say to students who feel so down about the wave of violence, especially on college campuses?
Yeah, well, I think, first of all, I think college campuses are great places to have have conversations and great places to be, and in general, safe places to be, right? We've seen a lot of political violence in our country, at the homes of Minnesota lawmakers, at the Israeli embassy in Washington, at the home of the Pennsylvania governor, at our nation's capital. So I think college campuses in general have done a pretty good job of allowing controversial speech.
Universities are not the only institutions in American life dealing with the White House. Law firms, arts organizations, even late-night hosts.
He did his best to cancel me. Instead, he forced millions of people to watch the show. That backfired bigly.
Longtime leaders in higher ed are keeping close watch of how universities are responding. Lawrence Summers is the former president of Harvard.
They're facing tougher problems than any university president has faced since the Vietnam War period 50 years ago.
Lee Bollinger was president of both Columbia and the University of Michigan.
This is a broad-based attack on norms and values that are really fundamental to the United States as we have known it.
Back at Princeton, the school is engaging with the Trump administration to protect its research, and it has been able to get roughly half of the suspended grants restored, after underscoring how those efforts in science, energy, and other fields matter for the country. But Christopher Eisgruber and other university leaders know the storm in higher education is far from over.
So to you, this situation with federal funding, it's not a game. The stakes couldn't be higher.
The stakes are really high. There are a number of things, our Constitution, our commitment to freedom, our commitment to the individual, that have made a difference to America and its strength in the world. But our investment, our smart investment by the federal government in research universities and education has been critical to the leadership that we have developed in the world, and it is critical to America's future.